live
trying to get
video.
me.
Live. After all that.
Right,
I nearly fell off my seat.
I'll take one of you in a minute. Just keep the phone.
I don't know what I was doing. Right, we're live on Facebook, or at least we should be. That was proper pecking me out then.
Doesn't take much, Lynn.
Live.
Oh.
I fell off my seat.
Get off.
I don't know what I was doing. Right, we're live on Facebook. Did it. Let me turn my medium sound on. And I want to share it. But I run out of time to share it. Hang on. Share now with friends. Ready? And here comes a gang of girls.
Yeah.
Lots of girls.
Lots of girls.
Raising lots of awareness, aren't we, ladies?
So much awareness and so many girls. Good afternoon, loose ladies.
Good afternoon. We're hitting live with Marilyn and... It's not Tracey, it's Claire, isn't it?
It's not. She's about as me for names.
And we're going to try as hard as we can to give womb cancer a voice.
Absolutely.
Really loudly.
Absolutely, and very loudly.
So if anyone's tuning, if you're watching via Facebook Live, if you could share it, just to spread the word and share awareness,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Share it far and wide.
Yeah. I'm going to have to take my earrings out the room.
You have to take it out.
Sticking in my head.
So we've got Marilyn with us, and you've brought along your friend.
I have.
She knows all about...
She knows what's been going on. She even came to visit me in hospital, but we'll come to that. We will talk a wide range of womb cancer because it's the most common gynecological cancer for obviously for women, because men don't have gynae problems. If only they did, hey? That most women have not heard of. I mean, had any of you heard
No,
of
not
womb
until
cancer before?
just recently.
Womb
cancer. I have heard of it.
I think most of us are aware of it where our cats and dogs are concerned because we get them spayed and neutered to avoid it. But the media stereotype when they do talk about womb cancer is that it affects older women who've been through the menopause, larger women, and you don't hear a lot about younger women. Well, I unfortunately am living proof that it affects younger women, and I was under 8 stone when I got diagnosed.
Because it does say that it can affect anyone at any age.
Yes.
But you don't hear of it.
Very rarely. I mean, we hear all about the other female cancers. Everybody knows pink ribbons.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously the tragic death of Jade Gooding with cervical cancer. But womb cancer, people just keep stum on it. And we wonder, is it because it's too close to sex?
Just
that area. And yet, none of us would be here if it wasn't for a womb.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm here today to answer any questions about womb cancer. Nothing held back.
Yeah. Well, what's the symptoms, firstly, to look out for?
Well, obviously it varies female to female.
Yeah.
So I will talk about mine.
Yeah.
Longer periods, heavier periods. In women that have had the menopause, any bleeding after menopause must be checked out.
Really?
It's not, you don't just think, oh, it only happened once, only happened twice. It must get checked. So for women who haven't had children, it can be a problem because they haven't had a break from estrogen, and often womb cancer is caused by estrogen. In my case, I had 3 miscarriages. I had them because I had the cancer and didn't know. So every time I got pregnant, that horrible little monster kicked my little ones out. So I didn't get a full break, the 9 months that women get. also affect women who have polycystic ovary syndrome. It can even affect women with diabetes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, you know, women need to be aware of unusual bleeding, longer periods.
Being
Don't just shrug it off.
and stuff. So if you've got one or more of these symptoms, you should get it checked out.
Always get it checked out.
Yeah.
Far better to be nothing than, in my case, get fobbed off and be told, oh, it's your cycle, you're under a lot of stress, you're travelling, you're busy. Yeah, if it had been picked up in me sooner, I might be sitting here with a little one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it, you know, you knew that you had cancer?
I basically hemorrhaged all over the bathroom floor.
Really?
Yeah. It was like partying the Red Sea.
Just no reason at all, it just come from nowhere?
Just out of nowhere. And when I say it poured, it poured. So I got taken to hospital, and at the hospital I lost baby number 3. Then 2 days later I had a scan, an internal scan, and straight away they saw it. Now I'd had an abdominal scan a few weeks before, and I said, please, may I have an internal? And the doctor said, and I quote, there's no need, dear. Had they done that, I mean, okay, a few weeks isn't going to make a lot of difference.
So after all that bleeding,
and
that
bye-bye
doctor
baby.
thought there was no need to scan?
No, it was before that.
Yeah.
I wanted everything checked.
Yeah.
I'd asked for an internal scan a few times, and I have to be dragged to doctors. I don't like going to doctors.
No, I don't like going.
I'm Little Miss Prude. But, so I'd had the miscarriage, hemorrhaged like crazy, went to see another doctor, had that scan, and they thought it was fibroids, or something that was just not right there. It could even be leftover placenta. And they actually found lots of calcified placenta tissue in me, signifying lots of miscarriages. I know of at least 3, it could be more. To cut a long story short, the surgeon said to me, we'll give you D&C and then you'll get pregnant again. Unfortunately, in the first week of January 2016, said surgeon was ringing me and telling me I had cancer. So to cut a long story short, I was fighting to keep my baby oven. I was using hormone treatment, but suddenly the tumours just doubled and I had to have a hysterectomy in November.
So is that what? Is that what with womb cancer? Is it like it's kind of not? Is it like lumps that appear and then turn into cancer?
If you imagine your womb lining, it's supposed to be very thin.
Yeah.
It's very thick, and so
and like growths.
Like polyps. Imagine little grapes.
Oh yeah.
So did they not remove the tumours before your womb?
They can't.
Can't
They can't stage womb cancer until they've got the whole thing out to see whether it's gone through.
Did you have to have chemo and everything as well as?
I've been very fortunate, touch wood, not had to. Yeah. And I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Not all women are that lucky.
No.
With some, they have to have chemo and radio, and that's internal radiation, which causes some very embarrassing symptoms for them. And is this why we have such silence about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I hadn't heard of it.
So how long
until
ago was
now.
it that you had womb cancer and had it removed?
I had my hysterectomy on the 3rd of November 2016.
So it's quite recent, really. It's not even a year.
So
is
you've
it?
still got that 5-year, yeah, well 4 years left, haven't you, to
Every
until
3 months. Every 3 months I get checked.
do you?
I say to my specialist, you know, can't you wine and dine me first before you try and access all areas? But,
So
don't
will you
forget
have to
about
get
the biopsies? Don't forget about the biopsies. that you
yes,
had.
I went every 3 months for a biopsy.
So how long will you need to have checks for?
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
5 years.
It's
Yeah.
good that they check though, isn't it? You know, keep your under them.
In theory, yeah. In
Yeah.
practice, oh, I hate it.
Is it not curable other than a hysterectomy? Or
Early stage with younger women, often the Mirena coil can reverse it to give them time to have children
really?
or complete their family. Unfortunately, you know, I'm seeing more and more younger women being affected by womb cancer. I belong to a support group. There's a private support group on Facebook for anybody who is affected by womb cancer. You can find the public Facebook page. Just look for Womb Cancer Support UK.
And that's Kaz that runs that.
That's Kaz, and she set that group up because when she had womb cancer, there was no support. And she set it up in, I think, 2010, 2011. So there's lots and lots of women affected by this every single year. So, you know, think about your daughters, your sisters,
Yeah.
your friends, your mothers, your grandmothers. Every female needs to be womb cancer aware, because we all think, can't happen to me.
Yeah, that's with everything, isn't it?
But I think you don't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be afraid of asking your doctors to say, right, I want this test done, I want the next test done, and they say, oh, you don't need that. No, I do need it, and I would like
For
it.
peace of mind, for
Yeah,
yourself.
because doctors do tend to fob people out. Oh,
Oh,
no,
they
you're just
do.
making a big fuss. It's nothing. It's just this. It'll settle. They always seem to.
Doctors need educating about younger women getting it. I know I keep talking about the younger women, and that's not to dismiss the more mature women that get it. But, you know, I'm seeing more and more younger, as I say. We've just had one lady, she's in pieces over her hysterectomy. It turned out she didn't even have cancer.
Oh.
You know, she had
Oh.
hyperplasia, which can become cancer, but
So it
yeah.
wasn't actually cancer.
so bye-bye womb. And you can just imagine that.
Oh, that'd ruin your life. This sort of,
Yeah, but you always have to remember that when you go to the doctor, he's a general practitioner.
Or she.
Or she.
Mhm.
So you must always insist, right, I want to go to the gynaecologist. I must go. Oh, you know, the referral's going to take 3 months. Well, okay, it'll take 3 months, but you can put urgent on the top.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
will mean 6 weeks
Yeah.
or less.
I just want to point
Yes.
out that thankfully, when they think that it might be something like that, they use a 2-week gateway, and you're seen within 2 weeks. So, you know, please don't think if I go to the doctor, I'm going to be waiting a year, 6 months to be seen. If they think it's urgent enough, then they put you through fast.
it's awful because this has left you, you've got it at a young age, this has left you psychologically scarred because your womb, and women that want kids to have your womb removed, it's heartbreaking.
It is.
Heartbreaking.
It destroys.
Yeah.
It absolutely destroys. I'm sure people who know me will say that, yeah, Marilyn's flipped out a few times because people can be really insensitive. They want to rub their pregnancy in my face. And I mean literally rub it in my face. I don't mean rub the pregnant belly in my face, but they will go on about it to me.
Yeah.
And they're
sensitive.
they're not sensitive to it. But, you know, when you don't want to see something, you will see it. So you open your front door, there's a woman with a pram, there's a woman with a belly.
And you perhaps wouldn't have noticed all these little things once upon a time, but because you're in the situation, it's like when my nan died, I seem to see nans everywhere.
Well,
But
for me,
even on television, you know, you put the television on and there's an advert for nappies.
or
Why-
clear blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to see it?
Or
Yeah.
YouTube. Every time I go to YouTube to check out a new band, boom, clear blue ad comes on. Boom, laptop goes out window. 20,000 laptops later. But when you're really trying to be a mom, it's the most heartbreaking thing. And each time, then you get pregnant, and then you lose the baby, and everybody's saying, "Relax, it'll happen."
Yeah.
But I was walking around not realizing I had cancer. I didn't look like I had cancer.
And you had no like symptoms, or was the symptoms that you didn't know that they were symptoms?
Exactly. I just put it down to stress. You know, longer periods, heavier bleeding. I thought, stress.
It's horrendous, and you can see that you really want to be a mum.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing. Would you ever consider, like, after, in 4 years' time, because obviously you're thinking of health right now and you need to get back on your feet, would you consider any other option of becoming a mother?
I want it now. Not 4 years' time. I've waited long enough.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you've had cancer, everybody's so helpful and says, but there's always adoption. Like, I haven't considered it. But when you've had cancer, you can't usually adopt for 5 years afterwards.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. They want you to first be in remission.
So if anybody doesn't want their womb, please contact Loose Ladies, donate a womb to me and to the other ladies needing one.
Did you say earlier on that can they do womb transplants?
They can, and they are.
Very expensive.
It's very expensive to have it done privately. It was started by a Swedish doctor / professor, they're trialing it over here. Unfortunately, I couldn't apply for the trial because I was dismissed because cancer. So yeah, cancer closes a lot of doors.
And I was saying to you before, because you said that you've still got your ovaries.
I do.
So it'd just be a matter of just a womb being put in and the other bits would be there.
A woman.
Is that making it sound too simple?
Isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it just? I wish it was simple.
All joking aside, I actually have my womb in a container at home.
Really?
I meant to bring it home so everybody could see. Biohazard container.
Have you still got it?
I have it. I insisted on it so I could bury it and put daffodil bulbs on top. But when they said to me, "What do you want it for?" they believed me when I said, "Well, I'm going to stick it back in, of course." And they said, "You can't do that."
Oh, God.
Yeah, they didn't get the Marilyn corny sense of humour.
We've got quite a few people tuned in. There's Lizzie Bardsley, Jackie from Buckley Travel, Lynn Patterson, hello, Maxine Cooper, she's waiting to undergo surgery to have the mesh taken out. She's tuned in. Carol and hello Stephen. If anyone's got any questions to ask Marilyn,
Fire away.
Fire away.
She's the lady with the answers.
Well, hopefully.
Should we
So sorry,
have a
we're
try?
on track.
We'll have a try. We'll have a bit of Callum Scott because Donna loves this one.
I don't love it.
We're still live on there.
On Facebook. Has he got a great voice? Callum Scott. It's a lovely voice.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone can't hear you. Sometimes it's a bit quiet on there.
Well, I'm coming through the headphones fine.
Yeah,
so.
it is on mine, but some people say
That
oh,
sounded
here.
really rude, that Marilyn. That sounded rude. So I read mine and come through them.
That's your read mind. I have to put with her all the time. I have to put with her read mind all the time.
And what happened? Soul shifting.
Yeah.
The apprehension.
Probably give out this as well, the web address.
Well, I think
Hiya,
it's
Jackie.
because it's such a long one. I just say look up womb, Google womb cancer support UK.
Oh yeah, it's very easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easier.
I've only ever heard cervical cancer.
Ovaries.
Which is the neck.
Overall.
That's the neck. That's the neck of the womb. And that's why I forgot. We need to talk about why smear tests don't usually pick it up
Yeah.
because.
See, I was too scared to go for my smear test. It's been years, and they kept saying, "You haven't had one."
Well, this is the thing,
Oh,
they
I'll
have-
get one. And I've been now.
You
obviously,
should.
but I have now, but
I
I
think,
put it
I
off
think
for
if
years.
you have fibroids, that's also a signature that something's wrong. Because the fibroids, if they're not removed, they actually turn cancerous.
What's
Really?
fibroid? What's fibroid?
They're like growths. They're like, you know, like if you get really heavy periods,
Yeah.
and they like block the normal function of the womb. So the womb empties, but it's not emptying properly. So you have these really heavy periods, and they just go on and on and on. and then it's 28 days, and you think, oh my god, and then you can have
So
another
they
one.
can take them out, them fibroids?
Yeah, they can actually cut them out. But what with the fibroids, they can do like keyhole surgery, which is much better. But once they go, I think it's beyond 3 centimetres, they can't do it. They have to do the cut across the lower pelvis to open you up to get them out.
They leave people with them though, don't they?
No, but my friend, she went through this. She went through 2 sessions with fibroids, and then the second time said, look, you've left it too long. We're going to have to do a hysterectomy. And because a mum died of ovarian cancer, then she had to have the hysterectomy, and she was mortified. And the funny thing was that they said, oh, we're going to do this hysterectomy today, and she was already out of it. And I was quite surprised the surgeon didn't check about what she was going to do. So she goes, right, I'm just doing a hysterectomy. I said, no, you've got to take the tubes out as well. Oh, that's not on my list. I said, well, you were told the reason why you're doing this operation is because her mum died of ovarian cancer, and so did her grandmother.
Oh,
And she goes, oh, sorry about that. And I was like, thank God I was there.
Oh my days.
So that could have been, you're not to know that your tubes are going to be left unless you've requested it. But obviously if someone's got, you know, their family hereditary,
Oh
you know, dying from ovarian cancer, why would you leave them in?
Of course, yeah.
So, and it's just seeing somebody go through that. I mean, I've seen Marilyn go through it as well. So I've seen it twice.
It's awful. It's
You know,
awful.
it takes you a year to even get back to normal. But what is normal?
Yeah.
I don't think there is a normal.
I'm just trying to share this onto Radio D-side before the song. I'm not being rude, I'm just trying to share stuff.
No, it's fine.
I am listening.
You forgot what?
I forgot to tweet.
You forgot to. You were going to say something else.
I'm back on her, and Marilyn's in the corner having a sneeze. That Callum Scott was singing about being in the corner. She's busy sneezing in the corner. Are you back with us, Marilyn?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really unusual for me to be this side.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So I'm feeling a bit shy
You're
about
normally
it.
asking all the
I'm
questions.
normally asking all the questions, so yeah.
So, a smear doesn't detect womb cancer?
Generally, no. Occasionally, it'll pick it up. But you've got to remember the cervix is the neck of the womb, and so they're only doing the scraping around the neck. Now, if it's moved from inside the womb to there, then yes, it can pick it up. So please, ladies, don't rely on your smears. Yeah, don't rely on your smears.
Wouldn't you think, you know, today...
I would have thought, until now, oh, I'm alright, I've had a smear, I haven't got womb cancer. That's what I would have thought.
No,
until I
wouldn't you
spoke
think
to
they need to have that? They do cervix, ovaries, breast, you know,
What?
testicles. They've got things
Tell
to...
it, yeah, your follow-up list. What you need to check. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like going to the job centre. It's like if you're unfortunate that you don't have a job anymore, you have to dig around to see what help is out there. And I think that is the problem with this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you've got to dig around and find out, well, what about this?
They
and what
should
about
have a
this?
test in place for it. It should be the same as every other
Well,
list.
it's making us think as if we're postcode lottery. You know, how many women are going to keep their wombs, how many women are going to lose them, and how many women are going to be victims and they pass away and they leave their family behind. That's not right.
No.
But, you know, obviously hospitals and doctors are doing the best that they can. I have a marvellous specialist at St Mary's in Manchester, and she's not only multi-talented and totally well, I mean, I don't think there's a qualification she doesn't have. She's warm. And we women, we need that. We need warmth. We need, you know, we need compassion. And she is very compassionate.
Especially when you're scared, you don't want to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for someone like me to get examined, it's a huge stress. Claire will tell you how difficult it is.
What
for
is
me.
what is the examination? What do they actually do?
Well,
It's like having a smear test, but it's more invasive.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I mean,
not pleasant.
When-
Cameras on, lights out.
I breathe.
I breathe, yeah.
And where's the wine and flowers? But it's not like more invasive for when I'm getting my checks. What is happening when there's a suspicion that there is a problem, a hysteroscopy where they use a camera so they basically dilate a little bit and put a camera in. If you haven't given birth, it's painful for any woman going to have a hysteroscopy. My advice is this: insist on a general anesthetic. It hurts. If this was happening to men, it would be done under general anesthetic.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it.
The
They'd be halfway down the corridor.
if you go on Google, you'll get advice from various medical things. It says it's a little bit uncomfortable. No, it's not a little bit uncomfortable. It hurts like heck. I went through one, and I could have easily kicked the doctor's teeth out. So I insisted on general anaesthetic for every single time afterwards. So yeah.
I think also when you do go and have smear tests, I mean, I've been to have mine, and many times she goes, I can't find it. I said, what do you mean? I can't find the neck of the womb because my cervix is so high up.
Really?
And
So,
some people
yeah.
are tilted,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Mine's at 2 o'clock. Okay.
My
Yes,
last
at
one, she
11.
said, oh, he looks really, really healthy. I was like, oh, God. She went, it's been a funny all day.
Oh, what she said.
Yeah, I was crying laughing.
'Cause I
Well,
remember,
that's what you need, don't you?
yeah. I remember when I was younger, and they said, oh, you know, you'll never have kids because your cervix is so high up.
Really?
And I had 3, but you know, if I could,
Oh
I
my
could,
God.
Mine's
you know, if I could do something for somebody, I would. And you know, I'd like to donate my womb, but I don't know.
Oh, we've got Kaz on. Kaz is with us. Hi, Kaz.
Hi, Kaz.
And Jane. Hello to Jane.
I want to ask, after you've had your checkups,
Mhm.
regular 3-month checkups, how long do you get your results back to say that you're fine?
I think it depends what tests they're doing. They're normally quite quick, especially if they think there's any problem. If you're talking about my checkups since, or do you mean when you're being checked for?
Well, your checkups since.
What do you mean? Oh,
Oh,
yes.
for both, they try and be pretty quick on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about the biopsies?
So it gives you peace of mind, doesn't it?
A few
Rather than
weeks.
wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
A few weeks. Did you say Kaz was
Yeah,
tuned in?
Kaz and Jane
Uh,
Kenneford.
Womb Cancer Support UK, Kaz.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not going to want to bash me with a brolly and I'm doing okay.
And I've just been and tweeted the link out so anyone that's listening could actually watch if they want to watch. So I'm just going to tweet it.
Don't worry, we won't be demonstrating wombs. It's quite safe. It's quite safe. Although I do have the lovely Womb Cancer Support UK t-shirt
Yeah.
on, and behind me is our other one.
And we've signed those. You'll have to a lot of signatures on that, aren't you?
So any women that want to support us, or even any men, because real men wear peach, can go to Womb Cancer Support UK and see if you can buy one. We are in the middle of an awareness campaign. Have you seen it all over the news? The radio?
No.
TV?
Nothing.
What do you mean no?
I've seen it inside Flinch magazine because we did an article.
You did.
We
Thank
don't
you.
get a chance to watch much time.
Well,
There's
you know
been
what?
nothing on there.
Even if you did,
Hasn't there?
you're
No.
not going to see anything.
No.
Why?
You're not going to see anything. There is myself here with you today, and another station is doing something with another lady from our group,
Yeah.
our Peach Sisters. But apart from that, you're not going to see it on all the women's TV shows? I won't name names because maybe if they hear this, they might be ashamed enough to actually answer us. But we are making some noise. So what I'm producing at the moment is a womb cancer awareness video using photo sequence of people's photos, holding up a sign. I've got one here. See,
Yeah.
with Facebook Live, you can actually demonstrate, which we can't do on the radio. But so we're asking women to get in touch with a photo, and men holding a sign with the hashtags Be Womb Cancer Aware and Give Womb Cancer a Voice, because so far we don't have a voice.
No, there isn't one.
You know, And we've been donated a wonderful, wonderful track to use as a soundtrack for our video by the fabulous Kathy Heller. And the song is called Heart of a Hero. And it so describes anybody with a chronic illness, but especially women fighting cancer. Yeah, and it's a brilliant song, and I know we'll be playing it.
Do you want to play that now?
You know what, I think we should.
Okay, I'll press that button. It's the right colour. Phew!
When we go for a break in the studio, that's when I have my dance room. Of course, I'm being very conscious that we're not really on a break. We're still on
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at
We've
the
got Wendy
beginning,
Turner as well with us.
I couldn't get my head around that, so we've come off now, and I forgot about that.
She talked about private life, haven't I?
She goes, probably not things before you. And I was like, oh no, put it over.
But you can't, it's on there.
Yeah.
How does it look?
Yeah.
Good.
I think women can be described as the best incubator in the world. So we have to remember that we are incubators which create the next generation. And for that to be taken away, without no notice, and without anybody telling us about what we are actually carrying. It's not just incubating for a new life. It's actually being taken away without us knowing.
But it's a concern, isn't it? It's like how many people, women, a year, do you know, that have to have their wombs removed?
Well, there are a couple of celebrities, and I'm not going to mention names, and we will contact them, in the future, and see if they would like to come forward.
I've got a few that have already. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Got Sarah with the spot, Sarah Welsh, Wendy Turner. Sarah Welsh and Wendy Turner said hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
I want to not miss anyone's name in case they're part of the support group. And I just tweeted it out so.
But I'm not going to name who's in the support group.
Yeah.
It's a private. It's private. So.
And I think for men,
How many is there in the support group?
No, I don't know because some ladies are very active and some
quietly I think for men as well, I think some men can be really supportive. So, men need to be more aware of what's going on.
Definitely.
And I'm sure if it was the other way around,
Yeah,
it was their bits that were going to be taken away for whatever reason.
Well, they should anyway, because that would be like me and my husband getting together, and then that happens to me all the time. But so men need to appreciate all the things, really.
I think there's been a bit of awareness for testicular cancer, but it's still not out there, like support groups wise, and I think men are a lot less confident about going forward, especially if you're asking around.
They don't want the bits touched, do they?
Well, they don't want. If you said if you had your prostate checked, get out of it. I'm not bending down for no doctor.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the man. But it's like I know quite a few fathers that have died, from prostate cancer, and it could have been stopped, and they were in the prime of their lives. So prostate cancer, womb cancer, it's silent, but it's a killer.
Yeah.
And you need to put that awareness out. You really, really do.
We could do get someone on the show
We've
about
got 12 shares, but we need more, so if anyone hasn't shared, share it.
keep sharing.
We need more awareness.
We need someone on to talk about prostate as well.
Yeah.
Ready?
That's a nice song, Marilyn.
That was beautiful.
It's an absolutely fabulous song.
I thought it was going to be really slow and depressing and sad, but it was
it's
really nice.
And so as I said, we're making an awareness video with photos. So I need lots of photos. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I've become friendly with a lot of people I interview. So people like neighbours. Dr. Carl Kennedy, aka Alan Fletcher, kindly has done a photo for me. My friend Miriam Margulies, who people will know from Harry Potter and various other movies. She's a lady that throws Arnie Schwarzenegger around in End of Days. I'd like to do that. But she's also posed for a photo. So many people are sending in photos, but we need more, because obviously a song lasts a few minutes and we want lots of, you know, you don't have to have had womb cancer to send a photo. You just have to care enough to want to help us raise awareness. So get your piece of paper and write big bold letters, hashtag give womb cancer a voice and hashtag be womb cancer aware. You can find me on Twitter to send them to, at Radio Girl Prods. You can send them to Womb Cancer Support UK on Facebook. We do have a public page. And you know, the song says, the strength of a lion, I've got my lines mixed up then, sorry. The heart of a hero, the strength of a lion. And I must say a huge thank you to a dear friend of mine, Anel, who has Luby's Predator Park in South Africa, who not only posed for a photo, but she got her lioness in the photo as well. And I think I've sent it to you, haven't I?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Isn't it brilliant? So that will be in the video. So women, we need to, you know, support each other and raise awareness. You know, it may not be happening to you or to your daughter or to your friend, but you would hate to think that if it was, nobody cared enough to raise awareness. So let's end the silence on womb cancer.
And if anyone wants to do a sign for Marilyn and has forgot the details, if you contact us, we can send you her details. Or if you send the photograph to Loose Ladies, I can forward it on.
Brilliant.
I'm just going to show Donna the picture because I haven't showed it. She said keep it secret.
Oh.
With a real line.
I want one. Oh.
I want one too.
I want one.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, you know, we need people to step up and make some noise, because we all know about, and it's not
And
about...
it takes 2 minutes to do, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not even that.
No.
Not
just,
even that.
Just, a little photo
Even
and
just-
post it.
Just by sharing this video.
Well, but I'll get it all over Facebook.
You share this video, your friends will see it, hopefully they'll share it, their friends will see it. If you've got 500 friends, that's 500 potential.
I'm going to make one of those, I'm going to laminate it, I'm going to take it wherever I go and take a picture of them.
Marvellous.
You do that.
You're going to need another song for another video, Marilyn. She's going to forge you.
Yeah.
Well, instead of James and the Giant Peach, it's got to be Marilyn and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
Well, you know, always...
That could be a good name for a documentary.
Yeah, yeah, it could be. It could be, it could be.
Because everybody knows how yummy peaches are, but, you know, if they're not ripe, they don't taste nice. So.
But you know what? A bruised peach still has a story to tell.
True.
Why did they
peach for ages? You know, I'm going to get one tomorrow. They're so juicy.
Oh, you're so random. Why did they pick the colour peach for the campaign?
I don't actually know. That's a question. That's one I didn't prep.
What, is a womb like a peach?
No, I was just, you said that, and then I was thinking, was there like a reason they picked peach? Maybe, I don't know, because of that, or because of...
They're probably running out of colours of ribbons.
I was just about to say that. You know, all the colours of the rainbow, isn't it?
Kaz from Womb Cancer Support UK might be able to answer that question. Come on, Kaz.
Kaz, if you're still there with us,
Why peach?
why peach? Drop us a
Why
message.
peach? All we are saying is give peach a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to
Maybe it's got
the
something to do
book,
with...
it's in the reception here, isn't it? The
Our
French,
wombs carry babies and our babies are peachy. Maybe.
You're just
Okay.
making
Like
up
that.
reasons now, Donna.
Oh, well.
Just
At least I'm
making-
trying.
I know, because a womb is actually pear-shaped.
Yeah.
But, you know...
You can have a wonky womb. Have you
But
seen
then
a womb that's on its side?
If you, mind you, if you think
Yeah.
about it, if you cut a peach in half, it looks very female, doesn't it? So maybe that's why.
Yeah, if you take the stone out
Mhm.
and then you can see all
Yeah.
the little veins that cling onto the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
Have we got a stone in our womb?
No, we've got a
No.
stone in a peach. Oh, God. Go to sleep, woman.
I had something
Oh,
in there.
my days. Have we got a stone in our womb?
I was like, that what you going on about?
it.
Oh, I just had a dippy moment. Leave me alone.
I think
You're
you should
alright.
be the blonde one.
I think we need to remember
Not
that
wrong with
life,
a dippy moment.
in life we've got so many stresses, and I think as women we do too much, and we need to take 5, maybe 5 or 10 or 15 or maybe 5 days out, maybe 5 weeks out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say seconds.
You've even got Lynn Patterson laughing.
You keep
But
laughing. I like
Josie.
to.
Well, it took me 18 years to take 9 weeks out for myself after raising 3 children, to have time out for myself. And my son sent me on a holiday to New Zealand,
Wow.
and it was the most stress-free holiday I've ever had in my whole
Lovely.
life.
Did you go and not worry about anyone back home?
That was the one.
Yeah.
Switched off.
I don't think I could do that.
Oh, I did.
I
Me and
switched
my
off.
husband went to Herefordshire for 4 days, and we sat in the log cabin, just eating food. We didn't do anything, just sitting there, and all you could do was the birds. You couldn't earn nothing.
You didn't go with anyone.
Oh, it
Did
was
you go on your
lovely.
own?
Yeah, and I went to see my cousin, and I hadn't seen her for like nearly 10 years. And it was just like, when I got to the airport, it was like, are we nearly there yet? Because it took 28 hours to get there.
Yeah.
And she saw me at the airport when the airport doors opened, and she just screamed, and she said, I can't believe you're here. And it's literally the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Have you taken
Went to
a
New
break,
Zealand?
Marilyn?
Did you
Yeah.
say? Yeah, my
I'm
father-in-law lives there.
Oh, that's
I'm in
great.
dire need of a break, preferably in an island, on an
Have
island.
you not had a break since your surgery? Like,
Have I had a holiday?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. I need one, but
Yeah, you sure?
there's another thing where you know cancer people really have problems is getting travel insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
have,
yeah. It's a
So,
big one.
I mean, there are some very sympathetic insurance people out there,
It goes up.
but you know, I remember getting quotes of £1,000.
wow.
So, you can get lower. Obviously, it depends where you're going
And you
what
have to
kind
tell
of
them, I guess,
cancer.
don't
Yeah,
you
you?
do.
Sure.
You do.
Otherwise,
You never-
otherwise you don't get paid out.
Yeah, you're not insured.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. But so you see, there's all sorts of pitfalls when cancer comes in. Like I say about doors closing.
Yeah.
Ba-dum.
It's
So-
just like, you know, when you get a speeding ticket, that's it. Zump. Your insurance, up.
Mhm.
Get another one, up. And then your insurance goes, bye-bye.
Mm.
They say, we don't want to insure you anymore.
Kaz has just popped up and said, peach is the official awareness colour for womb cancer. But we want to know, Kaz, why? Why did you pick peach?
Why?
That's a big
Why is
question.
it
We've all
peach?
got our own reasons what we think, and Donna here thinks you've got
Got
a
a stone in
stone
your
in your
womb.
womb. She got a bit mixed up with peaches. So if you could tell us the answer, Kaz, is why. Ashley's just tuned in as well. Hello to you.
Hi, Ashley.
Give it a share, Ashley.
No?
Give it a share.
Share. Yeah, share it.
But I'm,
Should we have a bit of Hazel O'Connor?
I just want to. I said to my Fricky, you better be listening, or I will have the rolling pin. So, which weapon was it, Fricky? You can answer that later. Yes.
We'll have a bit of
A
Hazel.
bit of Hazel, lovely. I've got to say, it sounds so name dropping. You know, oh, these friends of mine. She's also a friend of mine, and she's been so supportive through
Oh, that's
a lot of the
lovely.
hard times of my life. So, definitely, let's have some Hazel.
Let's have some Hazel O'Connor. I love Hazel. I think she's brilliant. Play Hazel O'Connor.
Well, you know me.
When my
Let's stick that
mum
one.
and dad died from cancer 5 weeks apart,
Really?
yeah, she took me to her home to stay with her,
Oh,
just to give me sanctuary for a while.
oh my God.
I have all the time in the world for Hazel. You know, I've even interviewed her for you guys.
Oh,
Um,
isn't that lovely?
she's just wonderful. And she lost her mom to cancer.
Did she?
Yeah.
We didn't pick Peach. We followed on from our Peach sisters in the US.
Okay. That explains that. Sorry, Kaz. There's always going to be one question that.
I'd love Hazel O'Connor to come to the TIV so I could see her. Brilliant.
Well, we could always send her this Facebook Live and You just asked.
Hazel!
Come to the
To
tip.
come in over to Flintshire.
Well, it's all about the hurricane now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's a hurricane going on with us women, so we need some live coverage, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
So we're still waiting on more questions.
I think some people are like nervous about asking.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, it varies female to female. So I don't want women thinking, oh,
Hi, June. Get sharing, June. I've never heard this song.
I love Hazel.
I think it's always important that you don't want to suffer in silence either, because as women tend to be like the pillar of strength and the pillar of the family. Oh, there's nothing wrong with mum, she's always there, the salt of the earth and things like that. So I think it's always important that as women do take time out, you must take time out for yourself. Even if it's half an hour, go and get yourself checked out. If things aren't right, no, you're not taking any more Panadols.
Yeah,
You must check it out.
Yeah, you can't keep taking painkillers. There's something wrong with.
I mean, my friend used to, you know, she used to use Tampax and she used to use the pads, and it wasn't enough. And I was thinking, right, that's enough now. You need to go to the doctor. It's not normal.
Yeah.
I said, you can't say it's normal.
No.
And she was going, oh no, it's all right. And I said, it's not all right. It really isn't all right. And it took a lot for her to like get it sorted, but she waited too long to get all the investigations done, like I was saying about fibroids. So they said to her, right, if these don't come out, you're going to have something more nasty.
Yeah.
So it got to the stage where there was,
I just tweeted it to Hazel.
there's no alternative, you know, your womb's got to go. So,
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. We've got a message off Kaz as well. The fantastic Hazel O'Connor. I've just tweeted Hazel O'Connor. She actually follows these ladies, so hopefully we can get a retweet of the video that we're doing on Facebook Live. Kaz has just popped up and said that she didn't pick the colour for peach. She followed on from the Peach Sisters in the US, and they've been raising awareness for a few more years than we have here. There's no official awareness campaign for womb cancer in the UK, but Womb Cancer Support UK is doing what we can to raise as much awareness as needed. Thank you to Marilyn and Loose Ladies for all your support. And June's popped up and she shared it.
thank you very much.
Thank you to
Thank
everyone
you,
who shared it.
everyone.
If everyone keeps sharing,
yep.
sharing is caring.
Spread it like butter on toast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You might be able to
June,
make
June's
some noise.
just put what is scary is there are 200 different types of cancer.
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, the minute you tell somebody you have cancer, everybody has 200 cures to tell you about,
No,
or 200 cliches to give you. But I mean, every cancer is different. So
How has it affected you? You don't have to answer this, but how has it affected you, like mentally, to kind of cope and get used to like your surgery? And I suppose there's a lot of acceptance and.
it's funny you asked me that, Lynn, because after my operation, somebody actually said to me, "How are you since your hysterectomy? How's it affecting you mentally?" And I said, "I'm not coping." Oh no, she said, "How are you coping mentally?" And I said, "I'm not coping. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about doing something very bad to myself."
Really?
Yeah. There isn't a day, because it turns life upside down, and everybody has the helpful cliches. But in this situation, she said, "I'm so sad to hear that." Took a sip of her drink, and then said, "When we have our next baby,
Wow!
will you make another gift like you did for our first?"
I'm absolutely no
speechless.
words here. No.
I know.
You're telling me that, and she says that, and I'm thinking, Marilyn, do you still think like that? Do you know what I mean? Worried for you.
Yeah, when
don't
you said
think
that, I
that,
thought,
no?
oh, that's like heartbreaking. And then she come out with, can you make me a gift for my baby?
People don't think, they're just so senseless. They're
Yeah.
just so wrapped up in their own worlds. But that's the world we live in now. You know, people are, they're insensitive, they just think about me, me, me. It's all this
Yeah, there is a lot like that.
It's all this neighbour thing. It's like, you can say, right, I live on this street, but how many neighbours do you actually know?
Yeah.
How many neighbours actually knock on your door?
Yeah.
It isn't anymore. There's,
Yeah.
neighbours
No.
don't ring bells, they don't come in for coffee. So it's like, your support is like, could be your own world, and it's frightening,
So
you know?
I just want to ask people, if you are talking with somebody with cancer, whether it's womb cancer or any cancer, please think before you speak.
Yeah.
Because the innocent line you use, thinking you're helping somebody, can actually really, really damage. And you know, when you're dealing with somebody who wanted to be a mom more than anything in the world, don't send them messages like, I'm so tired, and then in capitals, pregnancy symptoms. It's just cruel. It's beyond cruel. Give people time to grieve, hey? Because I still haven't had my chance, so... Yeah.
And also, you know, when someone who's had cancer and they have suicidal or, you know, they're not in the right place, so they want to harm themselves,
And remember what day
don't
it
skip
is.
what they've just said to you, because that's serious.
Yeah. Don't, let's remember what September 10 also is.
Yeah.
Suicide awareness.
Yeah. I mentioned it. I did share something about that.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that a lot of people will ask, how are you? But they don't want to hear the answer.
No.
Yeah,
Let's actually listen
Yeah.
to people. Yeah.
It's quite close to my heart, mental health and this suicide awareness. So like my brother died 2 years ago, but he had schizophrenia, but
Sorry. to
early in the days, he was always self-harming, but it was more of a cry for help. But there was 2 occasions when he very nearly died, and if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have been able to save him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. And there's a lot of links with these things happening with, you know, people with cancer.
Yeah.
The adverts will say nobody should fight cancer alone,
No.
but sadly there's a lot of women doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's support
Yes.
people.
We will. We
suppose
definitely
as well,
support
Marilyn,
him.
you said like how you feel mental health wise. I suppose there is a grieving process. I know you've like miscarried children, but having the womb taken away is also a massive grieving process that comes with it, because it's a loss, isn't it?
It's a total loss. I mean,
So I suppose you could go through kind of a grieving that.
Well, it's a loss that you can never replace, isn't it?
well,
And then
hopefully-
it's that your 3 babies that you sadly lost, they take that womb away. That was your baby's first home. So it's that as well. It's
Yeah.
psychological, isn't it?
Yeah.
well,
It must be like really hard.
you know how everybody was posting the proud pictures first day back at school, front door uniform. I took a picture of my empty front door, but I didn't have the guts to post it.
Oh.
Because I mean, we all wear a mask. We all wear a mask.
But
and-
behind closed doors.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
if you're in the industry that I'm in, you really must wear that
Yeah.
mask. Who wants to hear that Marilyn is thinking about jumping off a building?
Yeah.
Nobody. They want to see
Yeah.
bubbly, breezy radio girl, you know?
Have you been offered counselling?
I have cancer
Yeah.
counselling, yeah.
Yeah.
But all the talking in the world,
Doesn't.
No.
yeah. So, yes, I do. I will raise anything to try and have a womb transplant.
So to have, if you are you allowed to have the transplant? If or do you have to
Probably
wait the
not.
5? Do you have to wait the 5 years?
I
She wouldn't wait.
don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
But if you had £50,000, you could have a womb.
Well, hopefully, if I could find a doctor willing to do it for me. Maybe I need to move to Sweden.
Do they do it there?
Yes, they do it
They've
in
had
Sweden.
live births from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
okay.
amazing.
So why are we so behind here in the UK?
No, they are
I
trying
know.
it here, but they're fundraising for these women to have their transplants, but people don't seem to be.
Well, I must
So
tell you
people
something,
can have
Marilyn.
tummy tucks and all that, and
Well,
breast enlargements on the NHS, but you can't have a womb on on
But
the
it's the
NHS.
same as my.
Not
a
yet.
bit.
It's new.
We're not
remember?
Brexit yet.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
still in the EEC, so you can still get the
But
chance.
we are quite behind Psychomedica. My baby cousin died a couple of years ago of cancer, neuroblastoma.
Right.
She's only young, and she obviously suffered, and we sadly lost her. But we tried to raise as much money as we could.
So her treatment wasn't funded, was it?
No, it was oh God, what was it? I don't know, I can't remember now. But it was a lot, and we had to raise this money to send her over to America. And I'm thinking, why? Why
Yeah.
can't we do
No.
it here?
Why can't we do it here? Yeah.
So sad.
And we're supposed to have such a fantastic.
I think it's
Yeah.
postcode. A lot of it's postcode lottery here, and it's who you know and what you know.
Yeah.
And people say, no, you're talking rubbish. But I know that I've got my own personal experiences. You know, I've lost an auntie and I've lost my mum to cancer. So, you know, when it happens to you, you actually look at things in a different light.
Yeah.
And yeah, you will move mountains. When it's your own, you will. And it's a shame that, you know, we have to raise awareness when we know that we live in a country that's donating money as we speak to a hurricane. Right? Why doesn't money start here in the UK first before we have to dish it out all over
But I've
the
seen
world?
programs where you've got people from other countries coming in because they've got like really big life-threatening birthmarks, and they've brought them over and operated and that.
Yeah.
And I think we had a little child there that's died of cancer, but you wouldn't fly her over. We all had to run around raising money to get it.
Well,
did
I-
it
I-
I've known women that have wanted a drug to stay alive longer, and because they didn't live in the right postcode, they weren't given it.
Really?
And it cost like £70,000 or £80,000 for the year's worth of that drug, and they couldn't raise the money, and they've passed away. So what's that telling us? You know, why are we postcoded? You know, what does the postcode actually mean? You know, or you're just one of them? No, we all should be equal in this world.
Yeah.
You know, there shouldn't it shouldn't draw any differences whether you're rich, poor, in the middle. It doesn't matter. We all come in one way and we all go out the same way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I just want to reiterate for ladies listening. So just to be aware of, you know, if you're still having your periods, if they're longer or heavier or something unusual about it, even pain during or after intimacy, that's also a sign. Forgot about that one. So, you know, anything that doesn't feel right, seem right, get it checked out, and do look up Womb Cancer Support UK, because they have a lot of information. And let's just support each other, and let's give womb cancer a voice.
Yeah.
It's been really great to have you join us and finally meet you after about 5 years, I think.
It is 5 years. It's the first time I've been to the studio, but it's not the first time your listeners have heard my voice.
Yeah, you've done quite a lot of interviews, haven't you?
And your idents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Beautiful South interview.
My word, Sandy Tom, the South, Hazel, so many.
The Carl.
Lots of neighbours
doctor
ones. Yeah, Alan Fletcher.
That's it.
Alan Fletcher. And at the beginning of this show, I could hear myself. That was funny.
Yeah.
You're listening to Loose Lady.
It's great, isn't it?
But it's been really great to have you on. It's just sad that it's not to talk about happier things.
Yeah.
But hopefully you coming on and speaking will save another person's life, womb. Hopefully.
Jude's just sent us the link for womb cancer.
And if anyone watching on
Thank
Facebook
you,
or on
Jude.
Facebook Live, if you could share this show everywhere and bang it out there. Hopefully other media people will
Pick it up.
Pick it up and jump on it.
You won't believe what I did last night.
What?
I emailed Jeremy Corbyn
Did you?
and I said, you stand up for injustice. Please, will you stand up for us? I've dared him to do a picture.
Right,
Has
well,
he
that'd be really
replied?
good.
Not yet. Give him a chance.
That'd
Yeah.
be good,
Chance.
wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
So we'll see.
Keep us updated.
No.
We're gonna head off now. It's 7 o'clock. It's gone 7.
Whoops.
Oh.
It's okay. But I think the show will probably go back out Wednesday for anyone that didn't hear it via the radio. And of course, if you're over on Facebook, Loose Ladies Live, it's up on there and it'll stay up on there and remain there for anyone to watch and share.
Yeah. I'll be
Forever.
sharing.
Thank
Okay.
you, loose ladies.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming
Thank
and
you.
sharing your personal moments with us.
We're going to go and take some photo opportunities out in the foyer, can't we?
We have
Photo
an opportunity.
Photo opportunity.
To
And we're
take-
going to play out with a bit of Rita Ora, but you've been great. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye. I do that every time I cook and make my tea and I'll get my camera quick and he's like, oh, here she goes again. I go, photo opportunity. You can't